Okay, okay. What's going on? It's a scary black screen. Why? Why would it be all scary like this? Do I just need to turn the light on? Is it a Halloween thing? It's too late for Halloween. Halloween's gone. No, real simple. Real simple. So I had a warning on my left iMac. I've got two iMacs here, left and right. My left, which is used for broadcasting, I had a warning I was running out of disk space. So I turned off the synchronization between iCloud and then some directory, and it deleted all the files off my local drive, which is fine. It told me it was going to. It gave me an option not to do that. I really did need to delete some files off my drive. I could have been a little more selective about it and figured out a way to keep the ones I needed for OBS, but not all the rest of the giant, massive Godkiller directory that's shared between the two computers. Anyways, boring technical reasons why it's missing some graphics, and I've got, if I go to my status screen, it's blank. I'll get it all back. It's no big deal. Nothing's even lost. It's just on one computer. It doesn't have all the normal graphics there. Yeah. So anyways, hey, I'm Eric. I'm making a game. It's called The Godkiller. It's a 3D top-down puzzle-solving adventure game. I've said that so many times. At some point, I think I need to even revise that little bit of patter that has almost become a catchphrase for me. Because I will get into pitching next year. Pitching. Like trying to come up with some kind of deal with a publisher. And then I really got to be refined on that and not waste my time with extra words and it's like, but kinda, you know. Really gotta get that stuff crisp. I know this because I've been through it before. Yeah, you gotta be able to promote your game well to people. So I guess I'll be practicing on that over the months as I get this thing ready. And alpha testing, it started. I figured out the problem with the shader in Windows, and I was able to make a successful build. And I saw 2 videos of 2 people playing the game on their Windows machines, Matt and Alex. I was enthralled, and not in the same way anybody else would be. It's like if you make a game and you get to watch other people play it for the first time, I love it. It's really fun. And it won't be that fun for somebody else to watch the same video, but for me, it's great. Anyways, let's get to demoing. This stream will not be full of spoilers, except for the demo part at the beginning. So, hey, Core. Glad to see you, man. So I'm going to demo a spoilerish thing, and then I'm going to move on to some non-spoiler stuff. It's going good. It's going good. I got my alpha testing going with some people that are really committed to helping me test it out. So it's making me happy. How's stuff going with you? Are you still doing the Infinite Hotel thing? Cool. It's a project that I like. Seems like a neat little thing. Yeah. Let me see. So what should I demo? Because I started fiddling around with a new level. This one I might not want to demo just right yet. What the heck? I can demo it. I'll demo it right in the middle. Alright, so let's maximize it. So while I was working the other day, I had an idea that amused me. this part is the spoiler. So it's going to be this lady here. I think I'm going to call her the Queen of Forks. And she'll tell you that you need to choose the right path, and it's very important. You should go on to what's called the All Blocks Plateau, and not go to the basement. You should definitely not go to the basement. So choose the right path. Choose wisely, she says. And I want to get some models up here, like forks, actual like silverware, so it's kind of like a bad pun. So she'll be surrounded by forks sticking up on this platform above her. She's untouchable. At this point, I need to be careful about allowing the player to push any creatures around, because there's some events going up that will there's some story events that need to be tied into allowing her to move in the same space as other creatures. Okay, so then I've got 2 forks, or I guess 1 fork with 2 directions you could go. She doesn't give any advice on like on which of the 2 is the actual one you should take. She just says confusingly, make sure you take the right one. The secret is they both go to the same place, so it doesn't actually matter. Then I did make a little bonus level or bonus puzzle inside of here, and I was right in the middle of fixing it to work. The trick for this one is pretty simple, just like a real fork, yes. You just have to stack up these blocks so that they go high enough that they could block a fling. But when I was making the puzzle, I forgot to put it in the right place. So I can correct that, I guess. But I'm going to move away from this level design stuff. Actually, I've got one other level I can demo. Another one's in much better form. This one is just an early start of one. But the feedback I got from the first 2 people that played it fresh was good, but they came up with some of the same things that were irritating them. Okay, so let's go look at Little Arena, the last one I did all the way to finished. All right. Play. You're gonna play it, right? Oh, there we go. So, this is like a tricky interactive thing that I have to solve. So people, when they play games, they're kind of used to either waiting for text to finish or just ignoring it altogether. And I wanted to promote something in between the 2 extremes. So both of the playtesters that I watched their videos for, they just sat here and they kind of waited for all this talking to finish up. Even though I designed the whole level, they can go ahead and move forward. They won't miss anything. So God's down there having a conversation with Billy. And it's actually an infinite conversation, because after a bit, it just repeats randomly the same phrases again and again. So both playtesters sat there waiting for the conversation to end, and the conversation would never end. After a bit, they got bored and they moved on. There might be something like the playtester ethos is just a little too thorough, so it may not be representative of what a real player would do. But I don't want cutscenes. I don't want dialogue trees, waiting around for dialogue. I don't want anything like that. You should just be able to just go about your business. Start playing the game. I think maybe the thing that'll help that is when I get voiceover audio in there. And I would like the default option to be that there are no subtitles, because subtitles just kind of they cheat the moment. They cheat the moment of good voice acting being heard. People are reading ahead, and they're already bored with what the actor's going to say because they already know it. I use subtitles when I'm watching movies if it's in a different language, or if it's hard for me to hear for some reason, like I gotta turn the volume down to not wake somebody up, or Scottish accents, heavy Scottish accents, heavy slang, which is kind of just another variation of a different language. I know it's English, but yeah, the worst possible place to have subtitles is in comedy, and there will be a lot of comedy in this game. Like, you don't watch stand-up with subtitles on unless you've got some kind of accessibility issue or language difference. Oh, you dropped a link on me. I want to check it out. What is it? Oh, the best accent? Hold on. So you gotta tell me like what it is, because if I play a YouTube video and it's got like music that's in that video and then it plays back, or I get flagged in different ways when I archive this stream on YouTube. But I can check it out later if it's more just like, this is funny. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Just a second. Let me bring up Twitch, and let me mute this tab. Oh, it already is muted. Cool. Oh, I love Lemmy Show. Friggin' Lemmy Show. I love Lemmy, and that's an example of where I'm torn. Usually I need to watch that show starting out with the subtitles, and after a while a babblefish crawls in my ear or something, and then I if the volume's up high enough and I'm paying attention, I'll get it. Yeah, I'm not gonna click on that though, because it might like flag me on YouTube, copyrighted material and all that. I friggin' love Lemmy. He's his own guy. Alright, so I made like this complicated, what I call cloverleaf staircase. I remember actually being in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and when I was in Edinburgh, there was one morning where I just wanted to see what was open for breakfast and get some advice on where to go for breakfast. And so I go up to one of these friendly Edinburgh guys on the street, and I just say, hey, you know what's open for breakfast? And he goes, it was so inscrutable to me. It was like, oh yeah, you can you go to fucking and then up the Hague, and I couldn't understand him. Then I asked him to repeat it, and he just says like the same old thing again, but like I still can't understand it. And so I just nod my head and say, yeah, thank you, thanks a lot. And then I start off in one direction, and then he like goes, no, you're going the wrong way. You go up this way. Oh. Yeah, I was kind of an ass, but I didn't know how to get through that situation. Did not know how to get through it. Anyway, so Billy runs down here, and God cajoles you to kill Billy. You kill him. God's like, good. He died? Yes, okay. So now that you've sort of done a thing you didn't want to do, The level opens up over here. You can leave here. And there's also like an extra staircase here to backtrack to the beginning. And the reason for doing that so that you can come back and collect the bonus in case you missed it previously. But this whole level was carefully designed to slow people down just a little bit as they're walking through here, so they definitely have a chance to hear all the dialogue. There's things like so if you're down here and you fling, which would be a way to kind of skip by things fast, you fall in a ditch and then you have to backtrack. But despite all that, both the playtesters, they just sit here waiting for the dialogue to finish, and then so I think if I get it as VO by default, no subtitles, I think people would just after a while not stop and listen. They'll just kind of move on. We'll see. So that was the latest level that got all the way done to the end. I did notice things that developers notice. Deep corridor. Doesn't have a thumbnail. I'll look into that. It's kind of weird to see this thumbnail here. That kind of makes me wonder, did I forget to resave the last level that I edited? If that's the case, I'll need to do some Git magic to revert that. Everybody was kind of irritated with the finickiness of the level selection, which is almost like a mini game. You have to control your acceleration to land properly on whatever level you want. Okay, so there's 11 levels there now. I'm gonna, in the rest of the session, fix some of the things that the playtesters complained about. But the first thing is to make sure I didn't lose the shaft with my editing that I was just doing. So let's open it got renamed to lower basement. Looks like I don't see anyone for the fork, so I must have just saved it over the last one. So if I go to lower basement Unity, I think that's the right one. Let me check. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Resave this as the fork. Go back to Git. Oh, I forgot I made a new animation for cowering. I didn't get a chance to really play with that too much while I was demoing, but anyways, it's not so amazing, but it's pretty good. Okay, with scenes. Lower basement. Okay, let's just do a git checkout on that. And that should let me get back to where I was with that. I've got a rolling backup too. That's our other thing. I'm so paranoid about losing stuff now. I've got it backed up like 3 different ways. Oh. Okay, let's go see if I've still got lower basement or if I overwrote it in some other weird way. I got it. It's fine. All right. So let me think about the stuff I want to fix in this session. This one, that's a big one. The other one that came up a lot was they wanted to hold down on the key and have it repeat commands instead of having to press the key again and again and again and again. That one I understand. Let's see. Let's change this to movement or player movement. Repeating key press. Okay. Alright, I won't put everything that they came up with in here. This one I don't think I'm going to actually do. Let's yank that. And this one I don't think I'm going to do either. Those ones I'll do. Okay, that's good to start with. Check on the thumbnails. So the addressable is set to deepcorridor.png. I'll just check that that matches the scene name because that's how they're linked to each other. Yep, it matches exactly, even including case. Is there any difference between these? This one's marked as addressable. It doesn't seem to matter because some of these other ones, like in the egg, is addressable also. Although there could be a difference in the path that it opens from. Let me see if this matches, because in the egg works. So let's see, is this the same? It's identical. Okay, let's open up the okay. The thumb is just being generated in some weird way. It actually did load it, but the thumbnail generation has got some issue. Let me go back to the deep corridor. Where's my thumbnail cam? That looks fine to me. So that's the image it should generate. Let's pre-process. Okay, then come back to here. Now it's fixed. Okay. That should fix it. I don't know why it got messed up in the first place, but that should fix it. I'm going to go to the level selector. Work on making the controls a little less jittery. I think that I can just do by tweaking some constants. So there's this guy here, and it's got 11 levels in it now. Oh, I'm also going to need to regenerate lower basement probably. Yeah, it's got the old thumb there. Okay, no problem. Alright, I'll go ahead and do that while I remember it. There we go. Looking beautiful. Okay, save that. Oops. Okay, back to the level selector. Make sure this still works if I load it up directly from the scene. Okay, there's all my thumbs. Here's the thing that they're bothered by. Say you want to get to the bottommost. It sort of bounces off the top. The other thing I saw, here, let me write this down before I forget. Level selector, because maybe I can fix this too. Start position from last visited level. So right now it's starting you at the bottom always. What it should do is put you whatever the last one that you visited was. There's sometimes like you'll intend to go up just one level, just go a little too fast. So I think I just need to slow down the acceleration, not the top speed necessarily. I can also increase the deceleration, but let me play with it a little bit. Okay, so let's have the acceleration speed, see what that's like. I do want the top speed to be kind of high, because when there are, say, a few hundred of these in here, it works pretty well to speed through them really super fast. Just need to kind of get under control. The other thing I could do is whenever you bounce, I could do like a double decelerate, which kind of makes sense physically. Let's see how that plays. My favorite Lemmy sketches were the ones where he's on like a he's like dressed like a elf or some kind of fantasy character, and he's on like a paid phone line where people call in to do like a Dungeons and Dragons type adventure. And it just the concept before he even does like all this stuff there is funny to me. It's like, I don't know if that ever existed. It must have. Here and there it must have existed, but it couldn't ever have been that popular. The bottled tap water. I will look at it a little bit later off stream, just because it's good. I love Lemmy. Let's see. That's not bad. Okay, let's see. That's much easier. Thanks. It's not entirely unlike your Infinite Hotel. Because there's a I think they are both the same. Oh, I forgot that one. I thought you were just asking me out of the blue. Okay. But yeah, like your hotel, this is kind of procedurally generated. Like the hallway just gets longer if there's more levels. Okay, I feel like the bounce needs a little more deceleration. Like maybe I should just automatically bring it down to something really, really low. So it's halfway in between. So I do a not very sophisticated thing where I just build out the levels as much as I need them here. So I've got a thing here where I say the number of levels, and then it will use prefab instancing to add more. You know, if I want to do 100, then I can just, you know, go like 100 and say rebuild, and it puts in 100 for me. The thumbnails load on demand, so I don't want to load them all right at the beginning when there's, you know, 100 plus. And back to 11. I like the idea of looping it. It's just I realized I didn't need it, and this would be a little bit easier to code. Okay, let me see if I can decelerate better. Let's make a new constant. this should make it go to 1/5 its initial speed. Have you ever seen a game called Manifold Garden? If you want to talk about looping, that's the King Daddy right there. Okay, that's better. Okay, I love that game. Okay, this is gonna work. Still a little bit of bounce, just enough to know that it exists, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call this one good. Let's save that. So what is the thing that picks the starting level? Let me look at that. So this should do something. This code I haven't worked on for a while, so I'm refamiliarizing myself with it. So you're saying this isn't even used? It's not even used. Well, I can remove a get component call, I guess. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go back to start. Core, thanks for dropping by. I'll see you around. I think players should have an index into the current level. Last level I in the player info. This is never called, huh? Find the code that in the state manager that is going to do something when the level list is completed. Yeah, this one. Now I'm wondering where selected I gets set. Maybe I'm doing something redundant here. No, I could just get set to 0. Okay. So what I could do is I could say selected I equals for consistency, I'll do that. This is the same thing as the above. So let's see. There we go. So this will not change the Z location Okay, so you say update selector position with a new Z value. Let me see what other code is doing for that. And that should basically do what I need. I just gotta figure out how to get the right Z value. Okay, who's calling this? Okay, transform position Z on that. Okay. So I do need the hallway selector to get moved as well. Okay, so the hallway selector what is that? Is it just a camera? It's just a camera. That's all it is. The hallway knows about the hallway selector. The hallway selector knows about the hallway. The hallway has all the logic about what are the levels. The hallway selector just knows where its position is. It's kind of a pure view component. I said the hallway knows about the hallway selector, but I'm not sure if that's true. Let's see, that's hallway selector. There's some circular dependency stuff here. Let me think about the best way to handle this instead of just coding in changes and redoing them and maybe adding cruft to my code. Okay. So the problem is hallway selector to begin on last visited level. If last visited unavailable, default to first level. Okay. Number one. Hallway start variables, load, get, last index. Friggin' political text. Report as spam. Okay, what does move to index do? Actually, let's keep it entirely presentational. I'll say set z. No, even more. Let's do init. That'll make it really clear that it's only supposed to be called once. And then inside. Okay, init it calls update for selecting. Is that what it's going to do? I think it'll be, it'll explicitly set the z value. I could also get rid of that property where you specify the link to the hallway thing and just have hallway call it within init. I won't have like it call back to the hallway. So I don't want to call anything that assumes it's going to call hallway again, and you get like this sort of circular calling pattern, which is confusing to make sense of. I only have to violate this direction of call flow one time during initialization, just to set things up. Then after that, I can go back to hallway selector, calling hallway as it moves around and has information about where its new Z location is at. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've got the right approach here. Okay. Let's call hallway, float, Z position. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm hungry. I'm just gonna grab a little snack and bring it back up here. All right. You know, all my weight screens are really depressing right now because I don't have any my images loaded in after an event. So I'm just going to leave it on my work screen so there's at least something for somebody to look at. I'll be back in a bit. using this pattern for when I have game objects I know are the only one in the scene. No. No. Okay, what's your issue? Okay, how do you suggest I do it differently? Annoys me. I mean, I know they're right on it, but it's just annoying. Apparently, if you just try to reference the transform on the object, it's a get component call every time. Sure, let's do it your way. I'm going to go look and see if there's any other variables that I should try to set at the beginning. Everybody's got to text me, email me about their business relationship with me. Okay, I got all this stuff in start. Maybe it should go in it instead. I think so. I think that's what I read. Let's just check it out. Let me verify it because I didn't see it from a reputable source. Unity transform same as get component. Yeah, it does make sense because you look at a game object in the inspector and transform is right there with all the other components. Um, this isn't zeroing in on exactly what I wanted to know. This is exactly what I wanted to know. Okay. Well, that's a little bit better. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, all right. That's cool. Yeah, okay. I think it's the thing I'm not going to worry about. But I guess I don't mind just to get rid of a linting error to do a assign to a variable. Yeah, then again, now it's bugging me because now my code will be all cluttered up, and if they are caching it, all right, screw it. Screw it. I don't care what writer says. No premature optimization. Okay, all right, so the next stuff. Oh, I wanted to see, I've got this stuff in start. Maybe I want to move it to init instead. Yeah, let's just move it to init. Fact. So much spam. Okay, I'm gonna change this to follow my convention. So they used to be properties, and that's why they weren't following my convention for constants. This I should be able to get rid of. Okay, so that should be good. Go back to the hallway, which is supposed to be the brains of the two of these, and have more context. Probably shouldn't do that. Let's see. Is this never called? Weird. Let's do This is dead code, so it might be wrong. I should look elsewhere to see. See if there's some active code that has a different calculation. Oh, man. Let's just do the opposite way. Selected I to Z. I don't think I've got any calculations for what was I saying here? Saying down here, Z plus half of a segment. Okay, that was to sort of make it so that it would round up or down. So this code, which may be wrong, it's dead code, was merely dividing Z by segment depth with a little bit of offset here. So if that's true, I could just do it just weirds me out that I left this code here. I don't usually do that. Okay, here's measure. What? South stop Z is always going to be 0. This part, yeah, I don't know. Okay, but all it's doing there is just multiplying by segment depth here. So I can do Nothing calls this. Yeah, I got a lot of dead code in here. Yeah, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. You can refactor later if you want. Okay. Okay, that gets called there. Alright. So I don't know the segment depth until after I come down here, which means I should not be initializing yet. Let's just go ahead and move this block underneath. Okay. That might work. That might work. I feel like I'm missing something, but it might work. Let's just do one check for not visiting anywhere. Okay, that seems like a plausible set of code changes that might actually work. More complicated than I thought it would be, but yeah. This doesn't seem to be needed. Let's yank that. If it's not being called, it's not being called. Now, I don't really want to use this as a reference if it's gone out of date, so let's delete it. It's one of my favorite things to do is deleting code. Okay. Next question is this used anyplace else? Then let's put it in here. Jeez, what's wrong with me? This code is not in good shape. I think I know what happened. I think it was one of those deals where I stopped halfway through finishing it up. I think it was right before I started up the new project. Yeah, I think I just got distracted and didn't come along and clean this file up very well. this too? Okay, let me build this thing. I just gotta make sure. Since I'm deleting code left and right, just want to make sure that it actually builds. Okay. Oh, level index. Oh, I deleted hallway, but I need to have the hallway. It's just not a property anymore. It'll get set by init. Okay. Oh, now that's confusing. Oh, dang it. Dang it. Ah, okay. All right. I know what happened. Because I deleted that property in the other place and caused compilation errors. I can't just... Okay. Get diff. Let's see what I deleted. Then I'll put it back in. Yeah, be careful about this one too. No, that one was okay. Okay, put this back in. And put this one back in. And this will probably be in good shape after I get it compiling. So all that stuff I was thinking like this was garbage code that I left laying around, that was wrong. It's actually quite in use. Okay, so if I'm going to have it be centered, Then I want to also add that offset for the half. And so let's take this guy, bring it up top. This should be level index times segment depth. Then I think add segment depth divided by 2. And down underneath, I said refactor. Change this to be Z and segment depth. All right. That one too. Okay. Well, my instinct wasn't too bad as soon as I realized I was on the wrong path. But yeah, that was kind of a waste of time. All right, there's like a 48% chance of this working the first time. I think I'll just start here. No, well, it's not going to give me a difference in behavior. I guess it's good to check for aggressions. Okay. Cool. So this should just be 0 plus half a segment depth, which is 9, so it should be 4.5 that gets passed in. Yep. Okay, the hallway set. This is old code. Okay. Appeared to have started me out a little bit higher. Oh, I think it just rounded up just a tiny bit because I set it at the half position. Okay, since it's rounding up, how to handle that? So it did 0. Okay, so this would be 0. Zero actually looks pretty good. Yeah, okay, so if I'm going in this direction, I don't know. So that's right in the middle between the two. I think it's not correct to add that half to it. It just bugs me that those two functions aren't symmetrical. Maybe I'll just rename them. Okay. I didn't really regress too much. Okay. Take that one off. This one, up. Okay. So they're not mistaken for being symmetrical. Okay. That should be fine. Let's start it up again. Let me see if it puts it in a better spot. Okay, that looks right. All right, let me try. I'll load this level. Okay, should update the last visited in the player settings. And then I'll come back out and go to restore, which actually loads a new scene. Huh, interesting. Maybe it was like it put it right on the bounce point. It did stick it to the end though, that was good. Yeah, okay. So I can probably... Wait, was that the right one? No, it's going down one. Confused. Yeah, it puts me on the bounce point. Alright, so what about the bottom? That works fine. Go up one. Okay, it's in the right spot. It didn't load the thumbnails adjacent. I think that's something I'll have to look at. I know if I go down, it'll load it. It's in the right spot there. Okay, let me start recording a few things. They're reversed? Really? Is that right? I don't know if that's a reversal or if it's just a one-off by history. Like maybe it's using the prior selected level. So if I go to the shaft, let's see, I did deep quarter last time. So I'll do deep quarter again. Okay, restore. No, it does the shaft. Okay. Now do the shaft. Could be a floating point thing. Okay, I did the shaft. It goes down the deep corridor. So far this is pretty consistent. So if you do the shaft, it comes back to deep corridor. If I do deep corridor, it comes back to the shaft. Let me just do that one more time. Shaft. Alright, I'll get some instrumentation in there in a moment. Figure out what the hell's going on. Okay, so that one was deep corridor. It comes up on the shaft. Do it again. I'm noting that this was true for either of these. Also Paradise. Okay. I want to get a few more levels in the visited list. It's kind of curious to me that it's not retaining from previous play sessions, though. Alright, that's enough. Alright, so now I should have a whole bunch more. Alright, if I go down... Okay, so it's one off wrong on this one. It's starting me at the previous level. Alright, now it picked up the rest. I think there was like a middle level that I added that wasn't registered as visited, because I didn't play through it here. That would have been Little Arena. Okay. Okay, but there's a one-off. Okay, now this helps me a little bit. Now that I see more of them. The one bug about the thumbnail not loading at the bottom seems to be very specific to it being the bottommost one. Okay. Let's make sure the edge bumping still messes up here. No, it's got one off there. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some instrumentation. Alright. Okay, so I think it's in level load list. So some kind of range that gets passed to it, and I'm pretty sure it's 3. Hallway, I think, uses that. Okay, so this should just be greater than equal 0. Yeah. So that should fix that. The other thing... I think what I'll do, let's say inside of what? Oh. Get rid of this. I don't need a bunch of instrumenting. Let's just set a debugger. All right. Also, it was still a little tricky to select things, so I'm going to bring this acceleration speed down further. Let's say 1F. Okay, look at the bounce code. So this is the thing where I thought it would probably it should probably do fine. That's what I thought, because it's got a thing which says if you are past the edge of where we want the bounce to happen, first put you at that position and then offset you. Okay, this is the part where it could get ambiguous. I can do a little bit better here. So I know that if I'm going past the south stop, then that means my Z is getting less. So what I want is to set DZ to be the absolute value of itself. That means it'll either be 0 or it'll be a positive thing going back north. On the other side, if I'm going in the opposite direction, then I want to make sure DZ is set appropriately. Okay. So this would correct for a case where maybe DZ is pointing in the wrong direction when you get to it. I just don't know how that would have initially been that way after in it though. So this might do nothing at all. It seems like safer code. It doesn't seem like it's going to hurt anything. Okay. Selected I. What is it? Yay. Okay, 8. Segment depth 9. So 9 times 8. It'll be 72. is it one of those int times int things? Well, that wouldn't matter. It's when segment depth is a whole number. Okay, so it should just return 72. Let's see if the bounce still works. Yep. Let's see if the in the egg loads now, the thumbnail. Yep, it's loaded. Cool. Okay, let me think about the indexes here. So this should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, selected I. 10, 9. 9. Why 9? Alright, whatever. So it knocked me down one. I saw that. It's kind of weird. Still on 9. Okay, it's sending me back 1. It might be there's some kind of bug with setting the level index. Okay, this one I would think would be 1. Is it 1? It is 1, okay. Okay, it's set correctly. I'm just gonna keep trying them. Zero? Yep. And this is an odd one right here. Zero, 1, 2. It should come back as 2. It does 3. Yeah, there's something weird going on there. Alright, but it's not in the hallway code. The hallway is doing what was asked to. So it's going to be the code that sets the index. So let me think about that. Okay, levels JSON. We've got deep corridor, then the shaft. I wonder if it's using scene number. That would make some sense. That would explain some weirdness. Okay, let me go look at that. Players. See, this code looks right to me. Okay, visit level. So I'm going to go visit the shaft. Well, let's do deep quarter. That's number 2. Should be 2. Okay. Same name. Deep quarter. Let's look at the player info. Oh, these are mixed around. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I think I do. It has to do with me reusing a level name for a different level. But also it has to do with the visited levels that I'm pulling in being used to choose the order of how they're stored here. I need the order of the visited levels to always match what's in levels JSON. Okay, so those are scene names. An egg, paradise. Then it's got lower basement here because that was probably out of these two, the first one that I visited. I think that's what's going on. Okay, yeah, it keeps on adding these in. And if the order of the levels wasn't changing, this would be pretty robust. I think I've got some code to add history to level list. Okay. Okay, I got an idea. It's pretty easy. I don't need the levels that the player visited to be in order. But I do need to perform a lookup against the level list instead of going to players. So for that, I can use this thing that's never called. I can delete this. All right, hit stop on that, on all this above. Okay, come on, stop. Play. Okay. Let's delete this. We'll see. Get resume scene name. Okay. And then from the level infos, I get a scene name there. Okay, so I can find the scene name from there. I feel like I already wrote this code. Let me check for it. Maybe not. I don't mind encapsulating all this. It's not going to help to encapsulate it. It's pretty good. Alright. I'm kind of annoyed by the amount of time I spent guessing what the level load list is compared to the level list. So let's call it something better. Just call it thumbnail. Do this to find all the syntax errors quickly. Alright, I think this is going to work better. Cool. Let's do the other one. I'm not done with this problem yet. I mean, I'm assuming it's bouncing again, but maybe it's because, no. I don't think I have any DZ value. Let me check. This is not hard. it's bouncing faster because it doesn't have as much to render. Let me check. Ooh, well, I gotta run the debugger. That's what. Okay. DZ0, right? -0. That's an interesting number. Does it matter? That's -0. Oh, it's just a weird little bit flag thing. It's a good hunch. I don't think so. I think you're thinking of like a recursive thing, like actually I don't know what you're thinking. I shouldn't put words in your mouth. To begin with, when the scene loads, it will use the level index to set the position, and then after that initialization it goes in the opposite direction, and the position of the hallway selector sets the level index. But the thing you might have been getting at, I don't know, is like a recursive thing where one sets the other, sets the other. I don't think that's going on. Let's see, DZ, that's going to do that. Here's the thing. So if I'm setting position Z, wait, position Z is what, 90? Okay, it's going the other way. It's past this guy. Greater than equal. So this might be just the equal there. That might be all it is. Because it's on north stop Z, and then I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to say, okay, let's go ahead and set the position right at the boundary. Because DZ is already set to 0, it's going to set, it's not going to be able to bounce off of that wall. So it's right on the edge. This, I just need to remove this equal sign. That's going to be it. Got a lot of acceleration stuff in this. The reason I have all this acceleration, deceleration is because when there's 100 or 200 levels, it's possible to just get going really fast to reach the end of it. And that's why I didn't go with like, okay, you press the button, you go up 1. You know, it's just... Anyways, I've almost got this fixed. I'm pretty sure I do. Every time I say that, it's bad luck. That fixed it. Okay. You're right, there probably is another legitimate way to do the same thing along the lines of what you're saying. It feels like with all that slowing down, it's too slow now, so I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. Always selector. Let's do 5. Okay, that feels like that could work. That's not bad. Okay, I think I got the level selector fixed there, but there's another problem. I'll fix it while I'm in this code. If I go back to the main menu while this scene is loaded, let's see, restore should just go back, but then the enter key goes through because this guy is still processing. Both update loops are processing keyboard, and I need to not allow this screen to process input while the other screen's up. So that should be pretty easy to fix. Made a menu. Oh, modal util, that's what it is. No, modal manager, that's what it is. Okay. So is modal active? That's it. Okay, so I say if is modal active, don't accept keyboard input. Oh, wait a minute, but I've got this. It's there already. Maybe it's a thing like the key that I'm pressing to exit modal active is enter. This will be false, but enter is still down. That would be it. So we say is select. Let me go look at mid input. Okay, so I think it's just as simple as if we come back to modal manager, I need need to have it just be active one extra frame. Because this code's probably getting called, and it has the enter event, but on the same frame as I press the key that would make the modals not active, the input handler for the hallway selector is called. So my theory is I just wait one more frame. So to do that, I just need to have one more variable. Let me think about this. I don't know if this actually is right though, because that's still, it's going to set it so that it could be the same frame. So I need was modal active last frame. And also is modal active. That's wrong. You say was modal active equals is modal active. Let me think about this. Frame 1 was modal active is false. And then one of these things is turned on. Let me do, so I get it both ways. Let's say alright, write this out. So not to trial and error it, to trial and error it a million times. Okay, frame 0. Frame actual was modal active. Last frame was modal active. frame 1, say one of these guys actually is active. True. This is false. True. True. Okay. Then frame 2. False. True. False. Okay. Frame 3. False, 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 false. Okay. I think it works. Blundyton. What's going on? What? Oh, hell! 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 Who's more metal than you? Just come on the scene yelling hell. I was like, trying to figure out what you were responding to. No, that was ridiculous. I liked it. You're going to start a war one of these days. So my alpha started, and I got a couple of playtesters that gave me these videos of playing through all the levels, and there were some things that bothered everybody, and I'm just fixing them. Let's see if I got this bug fixed. I mean, it's not like the very most favorite work, but the code's in a pretty clean state. It's not too bad, because I've been fixing as I go instead of letting all the bugs pile up. The things that they're complaining about are not actually bugs. They're I think I said bugs just now, but they're not really bugs. They're just kind of quality issues. So they complained that the level selector was a little jittery and it's hard to find your place in. And I noticed a few other things that I wanted to fix and make better while I was in there. And they also complained, and I think I might have enough time to fix it, that when they're playing the game and they hold down a key, it won't continue to let them it won't continue issuing moves. You have to keep pressing the key again and again and again. Okay, what was the change I made? It was, oh yeah, mobile active. So I just slowed the acceleration on this a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to pick the exact level you want. Before it was kind of overshooting it. And then also they were saying like the bounce was really tough. So if they wanted to go to the top here and get the top level, the bounce would just knock them back in this direction a lot. So I just made it so that it really dampens the bounce. And I noticed while I was working on that it was not remembering the last level that you were at. So I fixed that bug, and there was a missing thumbnail. Oh, that was a proper bug, the missing thumbnail. They did report that. I fixed that. So that, and then here's this other one. I'm going to see if it works. If I go back to the restore screen, yeah, it worked. Okay. And there's a little jump there. So return back to... Huh. For some reason it's always sending me to this level. Why is that? Oh, is it actually loading that scene? That would be weird. Let me check that. I bet that's what it's doing. At least it loads really fast. So what I can do is I can say mobile manager, made a menu, okay. Yeah, it's going to be loading the whole level selector. So what I want to do there is, yeah, it's just loading this. That's all it's doing. Okay. If scene manager I just encapsulate it. I can put it inside a load selector too. Wait, did I already see? No, let's get active scene. Okay. Name equals level selector scene name. Just return. Nothing to do. Okay. Yeah, I can make this a little nicer, I guess. Say return false. Return true. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Let's see how well that works. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I'm going to move on to the other thing that they asked about that I wanted to get done in this session if I could. Level selector. All this stuff is done. Not bad. And that one too. Okay. Player movement. Repeating key press. So if I go to game input. Let's say we'll have it repeat if you're holding down on it 4 times a second. Hertz. Do load from setting. Let's say next, repeat walk time. Okay. Okay. So I probably want like a little bit of a delay before it starts repeating. Okay, and float, repeat, walk, wait. I'll say wait a half second. I can say generally about this whole class to do load key mappings, etc. from settings. I don't know if it was evasive bits that was telling me I should just use like the Unity input manager thing that's built in. Maybe I'm reinventing the wheel here. It does seem like I need a lot of control over this. Okay, so if time plus next repeat walk time. And I should probably make this float too, and just .25f. Okay. This is going to be very poorly written to start, and then I think after I get it working, I'll do a refactor of some sort. No, that's wrong. Okay, so I'm just going to do the down arrow to start. If it seems like it's basically right, then I'll not just copy all this down here, but kind of refactor it since it's a lot of repeating code. Let me just try the down arrow to start. Let's find one that loads quick. Okay, it worked. It definitely worked. And I do like that delay at the beginning is just a slight deterrent to the player who thinks this is an action game. So they go, and then there's a little bit of a delay. Because I kind of worry that people aren't going to get it. I saw this with the first game that I released called Drod. In fact, maybe I'll just show you what happened. If it's easy for me to bring it up, I'll show it to you. The problem is that this is a stepping game. It's not a regular real-time action game. And it's not a turn-based game, so it's not obvious that things are going to wait to move until after you do. Let's see, do I have Drod on here? Never mind. That's too much of a diversion. Okay. So I could go a lot faster than how fast I'm going, though. So let's say 125. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and refactor this. This is going to be good code. It's going to be usable. We'll say bool. Okay. No, it's like you say what the change will be if it's true, and then you set command. Okay. So just copy all this over here. I think, can I just do this? Can I just OR them together to only execute what's needed? No, you don't like that, do you? Okay. What's the thing you don't like? Okay. don't know. Yeah, that's esoteric. And besides, I don't think it's that big a deal to... Let's just go... So I can do that, and then I can say down here... let's call it some better direction. Chosen. Or chose direction. And this would actually not be too bad. Actually probably saves me a little bit of execution. Up arrow, -1, right arrow, 1, 0. That probably does it. Okay. Let's try it. Oh. Why is it only working in one direction? It's like it didn't compile. I think it didn't compile. Or maybe... No, all the directions work. Did this build or not? So down repeats, up, right, and left don't. It's hard to... see why it would work the way it did in the last run unless it had an old build. Let me just try it again. Ah, weird. Okay, so up, not working, down. Works well. Oh, this is why. This is why. Okay. think that might even be the right settings. So I don't want it to be too crazy fast. It's just gonna kind of encourage the wrong sort of behavior for a new player. So this might be a good default, and then like a more advanced player could say, okay, I know what I'm doing. They'll go into settings, they'll max it out, you know. But the first idiot that comes along, he's just gonna, what? I could be totally wrong about how I think players will react. But I just remember in Drod taking the game to a trade show and having people walk up and try it out, and they would just mash the keys, hold down, and it, like, you know, it's like a first-person shooter. I'm like, no, there's little squares there, and your guy moves one at a time, and the distance between yourself and other people measured in squares is important, and you want to slow down, and you know. So if I make it seem like you get a lot out of holding down the keys, then I think it goes against the spirit of the game. That said, that initial wait still feels a little sluggish to me. I think the other thing is I want flinging to feel good too. And there's her animations, which look weird if they're too fast. Okay, let me ease off the initial delay a little bit. That does feel sluggish. Defunks! I do not believe I've met you before, although often I'm wrong about these things. What's going on? Yeah, that feels pretty good, actually. Yeah, sure. So I just entered an alpha playtesting period, and I've got like a small number of playtesters, and I've been fixing a few things that were bothering them. But this is the game. Been working on it for a year and a half, something like that. It's a 3D top-down puzzle-solving adventure game. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like top-down. It's not the best for showing things pretty, but it is pretty cool for showing information like this for a puzzle game. Okay. There's like some block pushing stuff. If you if you spell the same word that's on like these squares up here, this bridge closes. Are you a game developer? That's cool. That's all I'm doing. I mean, I will try to take this somewhere as like a commercial project, but it's a moonlighting thing. My day job is engineering manager for a website. So I don't know. Maybe that's the same kind of scene for you. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I get a lot of people that ask me about getting into the game development industry, which I have been in before. And to me, it's like, I like making games, but when I make it for other people, it's not as good, it's not as fun, and I get paid less. So, pretty happy with my nice, lucrative day job. And then coming home and then like having my own passion project there. Alright, I gotta find like, I think one more task that's small that I can do before 8 o'clock. Because I hate leaving a task halfway done through a session. So let's see what's in the backlog. Gotta find something easy. Something safe. It's like playing blackjack. If you hit when you've got 17, you know you want to get like a 2 or something. So that's good. That's a lengthy task. Lengthy. Risky. Lengthy. Actually, this one I fixed. This one maybe I could fix. Sometimes it plays a different song. No, that one's probably specific to the player build. I don't want that. Just look through all my to-dos in the source code. See what's there. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you like this out. Let me make sure this still works. It seemed to figure it out at the beginning without me having that there. No, that didn't. That was for the level loader, or the restore screen. Okay. So let me go to boot. Trying to keep my project from getting all full of junk and bugs. I've been pretty good at it, keeping the backlog clean. Oh, okay. That worked. It went to the last one. Good. So let's exit that. And I'm going to make a player build. Let's not do Windows. That takes too long. Hey, Evasive Bits, are you still on? Because I had one thing for you, if you're still on. If you're not, or I missed you, no big deal. Okay. If you're accepting modeling requests, not fashion modeling, not laundry modeling, 3D modeling, there's a level, there's a lady in it called the Queen of Forks, and she's supposed to give the player advice about which direction to take in a fork in the road. But there's like a pun joke that she would be surrounded with forks. So if you make like a good low poly fork for me, I will definitely throw it in. Obviously no rush, no expectations. It's very generous of you to offer, but if you felt like getting some more of your cool 3D art in the game, just a low poly fork, that'd be awesome, man. Okay, did this build and I just missed it completing? I think it must have. Let's go see what the latest GK app is. Nope, did not. Okay, I must have. Oh, that's right. I switched it over. Well, I will take you back to the very beginning. My mother was a writer. Oh, you're talking DevFunks. Never mind me. Oh man, it's always about me. Jeez, what is wrong with me? I just assume you're talking to me, Plundyton. No, DevFunks. That's cool. What kind of mobile games? Cool. So you're like, I'm not getting rich at this. It was kind of fun. Let me focus my attention in a different way. Yeah. So I had a game that would make me a 3-digit amount of money each month. And it was after putting years of work into it. And I was like, I'm probably not doing something right either, but it was kind of like a middling success, so it was hard to let go of it. And actually, just for people enjoying it, it was a big success. Oh yeah, let's check it out. Hold on. Twitch. Would you mind just posting that URL one more time, and then I'll have it in the same window. I can copy and paste. Okay, while I'm going to wait for that, I am going to just see if I can run this. Okay. Question is, will it... Yeah, not spam. Okay, so it went to that. Download. Okay. Do I restore? I do. Okay. Let's start here. Okay. Exit. And then I want to start up again. I want to see it resume from the last. It did. Nice. Alright, cool. I get to mark that bug fixed, and then I can go check out the not spammy link here. Okay, before I play it, does it have any like copyrighted music in it? That kind of, you know, who cares? Oh, yeah, I'll deal with it if it does. Oh yeah, this looks cool. Oh, okay. It's combining different colors of the spectrum to destroy the thing coming at you. And it's educational as well. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go look at that one. Crossy River. Oh, it's like Frogger. Oh, that's pretty nice. This is cool. So, did you team up with anyone, or were you just kind of lone developer on it? I like this. Sharks. Yeah, I mean, I like that voxely stuff. It's pretty neat. All right. I'll check the last one. But did it ever bug you though, like a game like Flappy Bird was successful, and then like you made a game which is like way more sophisticated, like 10x more sophisticated than Flappy Bird, and like you didn't have the same success, you know? Like, doesn't it seem kind of like random and chaotic how a game could be successful or not? That looked like a pretty good game to me. That looked like a worthy time killer, you know? Yeah. Solid stuff. I like it. Yeah. I mean, here, I'll show you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'll show you a game I made that actually isn't very good, but it was kind of good. Like, it was sort of like, you know, I spent months on it and put it together and got it published, but it wasn't that good. Like, yeah, you know when things are good but they're not that good. It's like there's nothing wrong with it or embarrassing, but it doesn't rise to the top, and you can kind of see why. So if I go to Webfoot Games, and then like this, well, they may have even pulled it out of here, which would be fine, absolutely fine. I wouldn't hold it against them. This one I did was pretty good. I mean, I was just like one scripter on it, but no, actually I did this one. So Boost Furry, yeah, that was the one I worked on. But then it's like, okay, the game it's okay. It's just an average game, but it had to tie into a popular TV show, Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, of course it sold. Of course. The game itself, it was reasonably good, but not fantastic. And there's some. Oh, they took it out. That's fine. That's fine. They should. The game I'm most proud of that I've worked on in the past. This one I did just all by my own, is this Drawed game. And there's a whole series of them. But yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you and me had a similar path. Anyways, it was nice to meet you. I'm going to stop the stream pretty quick here. And also, thanks Plundyton, Vase of Bits, for hanging out. Appreciate it. It was a good little session. I'll catch you all later. Stopping the stream every damn day. See you guys.